In 1789, the French Revolution began. This was a revolution based at a political, social and cultural revolution in France, being forged into the ideal of a republic, similar to that of the Americans' newly founded republic and even the Roman Republic to some extent. One of the main events of the revolution was the storming of the Bastille, where all sorts of people from all sorts of backgrounds gathered at the Bastille, took up arms and attacked the prison, which at the time was a symbol of royal tyranny and power, though perhaps they attacked it not just because it was symbolic to the monarchy, but more because the Bastille contained a lot of weapons and they were poor peasants with no weapons. However, apart from its appearance in the French Revolution, the Bastille never really comes up in history. I find this to be disappointing, since its history is very interesting. So, in this video, we are going to be having a look at the interesting history of the Bastille. So, if that's what you're interested in, or what your school is forcing you to do at gunpoint, then good. The Bastille was built due to the threat of English attack in the 100 Years' War. Paris had expanded itself over time, and the east of the city started to become exposed to the English. In order to stop an English attack from the east, the French started to expand the city's defences, expanding the city walls, as well as defending Port Saint-Antoine, sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly, one of Paris's gates, by building new stone towers and making a large defensive ditch. This sort of gateway was known as the Bastille, or a Bastille. The French king, Charles V, started to get concerned about the defence at the eastern side of Paris, and so built the Bastille up into a fortress, with work starting 1370 and was probably completed a little while after Charles V's death. The Bastille's role as a prison really started to come about in 1417, because that year it was declared a state prison. This role was expanded under Louis XI. Apart from that, the next few years saw the Bastille's importance grow, as it was used in many conflicts, such as the rebellion of the Fronde. No, not friend. These rebels aren't the type of lads you will want to meet in a dark alleyway, and the Battle of Faubourg Saint-Antoine. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right, my pronunciation is atrocious. Now, here's where things really start to get interesting. Soon, the Bastille's role really started to ease in, with it being used as a prison for the misbehaving upper class, who, let's face it, with the type of gossip being thrown around back in those days about monarchs, I think the king or queen should have just thrown the entire First Estate in there, until they already stopped whispering about how Prince number 1 million hadn't washed his hands after going to the bathroom. Ew! The role was further expanded later on, when it was used to help the French government censor the media in the country. Now we get to the part where I think I can safely say most of us, if not all of us, know about. On the 14th of July, the Bastille was stormed by revolutionaries who wanted to seize the valuable weapons it held. At the time, there were only 7 prisoners in the Bastille, who were freed without much thought. The Bastille was later demolished by order of the revolutionary higher-ups, a very abrupt ending to such a long and interesting history. Today, very little remains at the Bastille, only a bit of stone that was used to build it. I guess you could say that the Bastille had a rocky ride. Alright, I'm sorry for putting you through that one.